Hi, it's Stan with Willoway. Well, here today in one of our houses with Phlox subulata. This is a great time for creeping phlox. We're getting ready for it to start blooming here. Lots of buds on it. A great early season color plant, so tolerates cold pretty well. But remember, when we're under 40 degrees, some of the stuff's been enforced a little bit, so you want to protect your plants. If it's fully dormant where the buds haven't broken, that may be a different matter if it's a hardier plant where you wouldn't need to do the protection with them. The other thing that you want to know about Phlox subulata is it's fairly easy. Like this variety is a white flower, and we've got some different colors. Like behind me is the flame that's more of a purple. So you can see a little bit of color contrast with the lighter colored foliage versus the darker colored foliage. So that would be a little bit of a hint on the color of the flower. That actually holds true in malice as well. For crab apples, green leaves will be a white flower, where a dark leaf or a bronze leaf will be more of a red or a pink. So the other thing that I talk about growing degree days, we haven't moved a lot from last week. We're at 131 growing degree days here in Avon, Ohio. So an indicator plant would be saucer magnolia, first blooms at 132. I did see this weekend, we started to see a little bit of pink flowers out there as I was driving around. So the saucer magnolias are starting to come into flower. At 132 growing degree days, we're looking at having like large case bearer emergence, adults going. We also had 136. So I talked about black vine weevil last week, or ambrosia beetle. So we're still looking. The end of this week into next week, we could possibly get a couple days, 3 days over 60 degrees, and that's generally when we see the first flights happen with that. So that's something to be very cautious of. They do feed on about 200 species of plants, and they'll kick out a frass straw or what looks like a toothpick out of the stem of the trunk. They like magnolias, they like Japanese maples, are some of their preferred hosts. So be watching for that. We do protective sprays for that. Some of the other things that we want to look for this time of year is there's a lot of diseases that start to come on this time of year. These damp, cold nights, we can start to see downy mildew occur. So plants that are more susceptible to that, you want to watch and be sure the foliage when it comes out that you got good air circulation, the plants are spaced well. That also helps when they break bud, they don't become stretchy or leggy. So if you do have plants, you want to make sure you're spacing them like as they start to come out of dormancy. Hi, it's Thad again. We're here, we came back, we're kind of circling back to what we did earlier in another video, talking about bunker plastic. Right now we just have a regular white plastic. We just actually pulled this back over. There's cold temperatures coming in as low, some predictions are as low as 26 degrees tonight, so we pulled the plastic back over. But you can see, if you out in the natural landscape, they're already in full bloom. And from our bunker, we're still in, and just buds are just starting to show color now. So we've held them back about a week from what they would normally be out there. So we're still kind of, that's kind of the effect of the bunker plastic. Part of it is it's really warm though. This spring we've been going up and down in temperature. So we're not seeing as much of a dramatic effect as we normally do. We're usually a couple weeks actually. So, but still a nice effect and still be ready and be more timely for a retail operation to have better color with it.